After a short break from our electric-only career mode in Stormworks, we are back, and it is very, very windy. So, let's go ahead and figure out what we were getting up to, and get up to some more stuff. Who are these guys? Who's this? Oh, I remember what was going on. So, we rescued some guys from the river barge, which was interesting. There is actually a few more missions, though. So, we have a mission to conduct repairs on a tugboat, and to drag a boat from the bottom of the island all the way up to the top of the island. Don't really want to do that. Oh, wait, we built this thing too, didn't we? I forgot about this. Alright, well, it wasn't very good, was it? If I remember correctly. I don't think it actually has enough power to stay in the air all that long. And that's not very good. That is not a good thing. So what I think I'm going to do is remove some bits in the front and put a battery right there. We're then going to allow all of these batteries to go into that battery, but through a charger. Is that right? I think that's a good way of doing this. So let's get ourselves a charger, here we go, and whack that into here somewhere. I guess it can actually go in the roof. I'm okay with that. There we go. And essentially, electric out goes... Oh, no, because everything else is connected together already, isn't it? Yeah, so all the batteries are connected to this one. So, if we disconnect this from down here... 1 and 2, excellent. This is all then separate if I remove these two. Yeah. So this entire section at the top is all separate from what's at the bottom. So that means if electric out goes into these batteries right here, and electric in goes down to here, we can then connect this to these batteries, which connects all of these batteries on the bottom to the charger, which then charges up these batteries when they get low. Yes. Does that make any sense? Possibly. That does mean this battery right here is the one we're gonna connect to the dial, and hopefully that's fine. I don't know though. Alright, well, since we can actually test it out here, we might as well. Let's jump inside. There we go. Jump inside the pilot seat and get it spinning. Do we not have enough power anyway? I mean, I don't know if we have enough motors for this. You know what I mean? Maybe we need a better gear ratio too, because it barely takes off. But it is flying. That has used a hell of a lot of our battery. I don't think the charger is charging quick enough. Yeah, it's definitely not. So this says it is a one-way charger. The charger transfers electricity one way between its nodes. When there is a significant discrepancy in charge, it can be used to recharge batteries. Yeah. I wish we could, say, like, what that discrepancy is. Because this is kind of useless, if that... Yeah, like, what is this? Is it when it hits 75%? Is it when it hits less than that? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I suppose we can test it. Alright, here we go. So throttle up on this. There we go. That's going to go down. And then this battery power right here. Oh, it is going down a little bit. So the charge is happening. But just not fast enough, I guess. Alright, well, it's down to 78%. 77. And it's still going down. And this battery hasn't really done anything yet. Whereas that one is still going down. Also, we are actually going up into the sky. I didn't mean to take off. so let's go ahead and land ourselves back down on the ground. Because we didn't mean to fly that high. Alright, lower it down, and landed. Alright, let's lock this down as well. There we go. Alright, battery charge, 70%. This one, 99.996. Okay, 68%. Right, let's go ahead and turn this off and see if this is actually charging. It doesn't look like it is. Well, I turned it off and nothing happened, so we're just gonna wait for this and see what happens there. I'm literally just waiting for it to start charging itself. That's ridiculous. Alright, we're at 50%. Maybe that's... No. Maybe that's what it means. No, it's not charging it. It's not working. It's so sad. I wonder if, like, a big battery in here would make sense. It kind of doesn't, though, does it? It doesn't really. You know what? It does actually still seem to be flying kind of normally, which is interesting, because it's 35%. It wasn't actually flying before. Oh, look, it's going down now. There you go, 34%, it fell out the sky, and the charge is not happening. Like, it's extremely slow. What's the point, then? What's the point, then? Sort yourself out, come on. 33%. 32%. I don't know, man. What might work? Oh, I don't know. I've decided I'm gonna jump in this thing and fly back home. I know it's ridiculous, but this is what I want to do. We're back in the poopy mobile, and we're gonna fly this straight back to our starter base. I was gonna do something with the other helicopter, but I decided against it. We're going home. Man, this helicopter flies so much nicer than that other one. It's really annoying. It's like really, really, really annoying. Anyway, we made it. Whoa! It does want to like die every time we want to go right, but other than that, it's fine. We actually have made it pretty much all the way back to our home, which is great. So let's turn on the landing lights. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling them landing lights. Those are magnets. And we're just going to go ahead and land where we can return this thing to the workbench. Because that's what we got to do. Here we go. Slam it down. Here we go. Nice. Now we can get out and we can run over here and return it to the workbench. Hopefully. Has that worked? Please say it's worked. Oh. Oh. I have to move it forwards. Alright, perfect. I've sorted it out. Very nice. So, we're back at the starter base. Now, honestly, one of the things that I kind of want to build right now is a boat. I think a tanker of some sort would actually be really cool, but I kind of want a bigger workbench for that. And unfortunately, there are no big workbenches on this side of the island. We actually have to either go all the way down to JSI, which is all the way down here, or we have to go all the way up to FJ Warner, which is all the way over here. I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to try and build one here, but I don't think that's going to be I don't think it's going to work very well. Alright, well, let's get building then, and hopefully we can build something relatively nice. So we're going to start out with one of these guys at the front. There we go. We're then going to go into one of these, we're then going to go into one of these guys, and then we're going to copy what we've done on the bottom on the top. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So that's a nice shaped hole to begin with, I do believe. We'll just go ahead and do this guy on the top, and then towards the rear, we're going to do something, I was going to say kind of similar, and it sort of is, but I'm not sure. So we'll zoom this to the back. There we go. I'll actually zoom this to the back as well. There we go as well. And I am going to start with one of these. Oh, actually, no. Let's start with one of these. Two of these. There we go. Then we can go with a few of these guys. And then we can go with a few of these guys. And that's like a nice looking bottom end of a boat, I feel. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I think this will be good. So the idea from there then is to actually widen this thing out. So we're going to go with 2x4s going out sideways, and then obviously 2x2s, and then continuing it that way because, well, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So here we go. 2x2, shove that on there. Very nice. We're going to go ahead and do a 2x2 right here as well, going that way. And we're going to shove a 2x4 on the bottom end going this way. We then need to attach a 1x2 straight into here like this, and that's pretty good. Yeah. Let's go ahead and extend this guy upwards a little bit. There we go. And fill this bit in a tiny touch too. Excellent. Alright, from there, we're going to go ahead and use 1x1s or whatever, 1x4s, 1x2s, etc, etc. So let's bring this out to here and fill it all in, hopefully. So whack those guys in there. Get one of these, chuck it on here, and then we need to do a very similar thing. Right here, so that goes there. The 1x4 goes here, just like this. And then, I don't know, it's a 1x2. Wait, does this fit? Yeah, there we go. So that fits in there like that. We'll go ahead and extend that up by 1. We'll grab one of these guys, chuck it onto here like this, and then zoom that bit up. And then we need to attach all of these guys together as well. Yeah, so this is coming backwards a little bit. There we go. And this guy as well, I suppose. Chuck that in there. Just like... like that. There we go. All right, excellent. Oh, yeah. It's looking quite rounded, which is fine. But also kind of weird. Sure. So, from here, we're going to go ahead and extend this guy backwards a bit, and then we have ourselves a little tanker sort of thing. I don't know. It feels weird to do it this way, but that's what we're going to try and do. That does mean it's, like, going to be, like, weirdly pointy, but it's fine. So far, so good, I think. Yes. Let's go ahead and extend these guys out sideways just a little bit. We're going to make it, what, like 5 wide at the back? That seems fine. And if we just keep chucking these guys up, that's okay. And then these guys as well, up to there, and this piece, 1, 2. Very nice. We're then going to obviously try and make it rounded from here as well. If we can, maybe. Although, actually, thinking about it, let's just make it easier on myself. Let's delete all of these guys, including these guys as well. And we're just going to send it in from there. Yeah, seems a bit crazy to do that, but that's what we're going to do. And pow! Look at that, we've got it floating. I'll show you guys how I did the back, actually. That might make sense. So at the rear, we've obviously got a little shelf right there. That allows us to have our propeller right here and a rudder, yeah, on the back. So we should be able to move this thing along quite nicely. At least I hope so, anyway. So, what we need to do now is add a bunch of things. We're going to need, obviously, tanks so that we can actually transport oil or diesel or whatever, and some other stuff. Alright, well, we gotta decide now where the bridge is gonna go, and I kind of feel like at the front right here is where it's gotta be. So let's attach one of these guys right there, let's do this right here, and I guess I'll actually just shove a door right behind that. I don't know, does that make sense? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, who knows? Let's fill that bit in though, because we can. We're then going to go ahead and take this guy, and I'm going to do that up to there. And then, I don't know, would it be weird to do this? It kind of is, because this side doesn't work that way. So actually, this would have to go even further back. It would have to go like that. And I don't know how I feel about that, actually. But let's try this. So we'll bring this forwards by 1 or whatever. Alright, that's a few more than 1. What in the world? I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Let's fill that little bit in right there. I'm going to fill in the rest of this bit as well. There we go. And I'll fill this little bit in too. So, I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. But we'll continue anyway. So, right here, we're going to go ahead and chuck one of these guys. And I'm just going to build it all up to that. There we go. And then I suppose, we need some windows up there. And that's where our seat's going to be. Okay, well, we've got this so far. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's, you know, it's, so yeah, that's good. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to do the same color I always do. It's going to be green on the deck. Okay, good. So, we need windows somewhere. That would be pretty good. I am thinking of just adding, like a deck halfway up this. So that we can control it from there. It feels a bit weird doing that, but otherwise this boat is going to look abnormally tall. It is already pretty tall, but it's going to look even taller. So yeah, we'll not add too much more to this. So, window time then. Let's go ahead and add some. I'm thinking, actually, I was going to say centrally, I might just add a 1x3x3, but actually, let's not do that. Let's actually add a 3x3x3. Right there like that. But actually we'll do it like this. There we go. Right next to that we're going to do another one. And then I don't really know. Do I want to actually cut the corner or not? Let me delete these two, and instead of those we're going to go with some smaller ones. Just so that I can put this guy in. Here we go. Bosh. Alright, I know that's a bit of a weird thing to want to put in there, but I want it, so we're going to have it. On the back side of that then, I want one of these. So I need to extend this out, I think. There we go. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's the right place for it. Yeah, there we go. And then we shove that guy back in there. Okay, so far, so good. Then we can attach more of these guys, 1 and 2, and that is looking pretty nice to me. I decided to just shove a roof straight on top of that, and actually, I think that's going to be fine. It is now top heavy though, although there is going to be a lot of batteries in this, so the top heaviness is going to be negated by those. So we should be fine anyway. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some batteries right now, before we finish the rest of it, just so that when we actually put it in, it will stay the right way up, I suppose. So one battery's going to go there, the other battery's going to go here, and then I guess the liquid tanks will be somewhere in there as well. I think I want a bit of a thing on the front, you know, so we're just going to add this to the front edge, and, well, hopefully it looks nice, and maybe works. So that's going to go there. We're going to go ahead and chuck these guys on there as well, if I can. Here we go. And then, obviously, we need some across the front, too, so we're going to do this. Oh, and this piece. There we go. Yeah, like a little bit of a weird bow thing going on. It is weird. It is. But I think it's worth having one. So we'll do it. There we go. It's actually just going to stay like this. Is that weird? That would be very strange if it stayed like that. Nah, we're not having it. We're not having this bit, at least. Okay, we'll keep the rest of this bit for now, though. And actually, this is just going to attach straight onto here and attach onto there like that. There we go. So let's sort out these little bits, and hopefully we can make it, I guess, look nice. So this is what we currently have then. I sorted it out at the front. It's now very smooth right there. And the bridge actually doesn't look too bad. So what I think we're going to do now then is, well, sort out the back end. Just try and, like, close this off. Do something back here to try and make this look a little bit nicer. Build a little bit of a tank in there somewhere so that we can actually transport diesel or whatever. And then we can do our journey. So, we have to go up to the refinery, which is actually up here. And then, can we sell diesel here? We actually can. So, we'll buy it up there for how much? 2. And then we'll sell it down here for 3. That's not actually that great, is it? Like, it kind of is, but it also really isn't. I don't know how to explain what I'm even saying there. Anyway, let's just make sure this boat works. Okay, so what I want to do, which is maybe a little bit strange, is see how high a door is. Yep, there we go. So a door goes up to there. That's really high. That's actually higher than I expected. Okay. Yeah, no, that's actually way higher than I expected. That's not great. That is not great. Anyway, we're going to continue with it anyway. So, let's go ahead and shove this guy into here like this. We're going to attach windows. I think I'm actually just going to continue these guys backwards again, which seems a little strange. In fact, maybe we don't do that. Maybe we try and block this off from here. Right, okay, yeah, let's do that. So, this guy's going to go up like this. There we go. We'll attach one of these guys onto there, and we're just going to go ahead and shove that on there like that. Excellent. Very good. For some reason I'm not mirroring, but you know, we can fix that. And then I'm just gonna box that off, I think. So these guys are just gonna be boxed. There we go. Fully boxed off. Very nice indeedy, I think. Oh wait, it goes out further, doesn't it? Yeah, so wait, is that right? That is right. There we go. Put that in there. There we go. Very good. Shove that guy on there and we are fine, I think. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to go ahead and shove this guy on there like this. Here we go, so one of those. In fact, we're just going to do all of those. Very nice. Delete these guys, shove that all together down here, and, well, fix it all in, I suppose. So we will actually continue these guys across a little bit. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. I want to put a door in the center so we can get to the back, obviously. And that's going to go here. So let's go ahead and attach all these guys together across the top. We'll do this bit up here, and we're going to fasten in these pieces right here as well. There we go. All right, good. I think that's fine. So now we can get into the back, and we can get out onto the front. Cool. So I now need to somehow come up with a floor in here that allows us to sit up there. This is so stupid. I shouldn't have built it like this, but I am, so there you go. There you go. Get a seat. And there you go. Shove the seat directly into there. And that's how we're going to drive this thing. Oh yeah, that is weird. That is so weird. So when you go inside, you obviously have to jump up into the chair that is above you. I didn't plan this out very well. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm also gonna add like this tiny mast onto the roof. I'm just gonna go and add it like this. So let's do one of those. We'll do one of these guys on the rear. There you go. Attach these guys together. In the center, we're just gonna build it up. Like that. Towards the top, I'm just going to attach one of these guys on, fill that in like so, and attach these guys to this bit at the bottom, which is fine. There we go. Okay. On the edge of this, we're just going to go ahead and shove one of these guys on again. There we go, and boop. And then one of these guys towards the top. If we can, there we go. Awesome. I think that works. Alright, let's go ahead and just shove a motor in here now, and shove... maybe more batteries, actually. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so delete this guy down here. Go ahead and get ourselves a straight pipe, which is this one. Attach said straight pipe straight onto there like that. That might be too high. In fact, I'm almost certain it is too high. Because I don't think we can put a propeller on there, can we? Here we go, large propeller. No, it needs to go down one. Alright, we can do that. So grab this guy, shove it on there again. Bring it out to there. Delete this one, shove this guy on here and here, and we should be able to get away with doing this. Awesome. And then propeller, we can trick that on the back end like this. Oh, it's too low. It's too low. We're gonna have to delete this. And then move it up by one. That's crazy, but yeah, there we go. That sorted it. Although it didn't sort it fully, because it's... oh no. Alright, I moved it out to the side slightly, and this is what we ended up with, which I think is fine. If we then get ourselves a rudder, we can obviously attach that on next. So, let's go ahead and figure out where this needs to be. Probably there. Actually, we'll put it right at the back. Yeah, I don't see why not. Then delete this guy, chuck that on there as well, and we're just going to go ahead and shove one of these guys on here like this. Here we go, both sides, and like that. There we go. Awesome. That actually should be fine. So now we should have the ability to do thrust, which means if I get a motor, we should be able to shove a motor inside and just zoom along, I guess. Yeah, so let's put this in line with that. There we go. Let's get ourselves a gearbox. Excellent. We'll go with 1, 2, 3. Yep. We're then going to pipe these guys straight into said gearbox. So one there. And we'll go to 3 to 1 on literally all of them. Is that crazy? Maybe a little bit. It might be a little bit crazy. Here we go. Bosh. Yeah, bosh. And bosh. Alright, nice. So, electricity-wise then, let's go ahead and connect this battery to this battery to everything back here. There we go. And then we should be able to actually test this thing out. So, W and S is going to be forwards and backwards. And then A and D is obviously going to be for left and right. That's it. Awesome. I am going to go ahead and put another big battery in here. Probably towards the rear. Like this. Alright, connect that together as well. Here we go. And let's see what happens. Alright, it might be a bit heavy now, I'm not going to lie. Those batteries are very heavy. But let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the boat moves quite quick, which seems to me is too fast, actually, but it totally works. I don't know how much battery we're using, but I would assume quite a lot with how fast we're going. So now we need to be able to go downstairs on this thing. That makes sense. And, I don't know, I might put like a fire extinguisher thingamabobby, fire cannon on the front. I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright, so ladder needs to go in. There you go. Delete that. Go ahead and get a... No, a hatch, sorry. Hatch needs to go in. There we go. Hatch, very good. Make it white to begin with. Chuck it in there like this. And then we need ladders. Yes. So a ladder can go there. All the way down to the bottom. Deleting every other one, that's fine. And fill that into there. And then above, I guess I can just keep the ladder going, can't I? This will actually help me get out of the bottom way easier. Yes. Alright, let's go ahead and paint this thing a different color. Very nice. And then I want to put some windows in, I think. So we'll chuck a window there, and we'll chuck a window here. And they're going to be ports. So, yeah, there we go. Porthole small. Chuck 1 and 2 in there. That is fine, I think. What do we think? Yeah, we'll be able to see outside, and that's exactly what you want. It is too heavy, though. I think I need to put those stabilizers on the sides, probably towards the bottom. And I might put some pivots inside to try and raise it up a bit. And there we go. So I added some control surfaces underneath the water. As you can see right there, there's one at the back and there is one at the front, obviously on both sides. I also put some pivots in this area back here and sealed it off, and also in this area right here and sealed that off as well. So this thing is now floating quite high, which is good. That's exactly what we need. So from there, what do we want to do? Well, let's go ahead and put some dials inside so that we can see how much battery this thing has and how fast this thing will go. And then a bunch of equipment needs to go in here. And then we're going to do some more sea trials. Alright, so we have our speedo right there and we have our battery right here. So let's set our speed to like 30, maybe 40%. There we go. So we're going a speed of 25 and our battery is... Our battery's actually doing alright. We're at 0.99 so far. Okay. Our speed is staying around 25. 0.98. I don't know how far we've traveled in that time, but... Oh my. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. This boat looks weird, though. I want it to look weirder. Also, now that I've raised it out the water quite a bit, yes, it does wiggle around quite a lot. It's not the greatest. Alright, let's head back and add some, like, tools to this thing. And then I might do that mission right there. Conduct repairs on the tugboat. I'm also going to add some lights to this thing. And I really do want the water cannon. Alright, lights. Let's go ahead and do this right here. We're going to do this one right here. And at the back, we're going to do that one right there. So, attach that guy up there. We're going to attach this guy onto here and here. There we go. And then I need to paint them all the right colors. So, right is green. Here we go. Left is red. And the rear one is white. And that's fine. Alright, I'm happy leaving it pretty much like that, which is kind of ugly now. They're very ugly, actually. Let's go ahead and put an actual box in there and do this. That might look nicer, and then what's this? Delete that and shove that on? I don't know. That looks very ugly. Maybe it's because it's so bulky now. Yeah. I think it is because it's so bulky. Let's just go ahead and chuck this guy on here, that guy on there, and leave it as is for now. That's fine. Other lights, we need some spotlights. I'm going to chuck one of those right here like this. Okay, so we can see forwards. I'm going to chuck one on the side right here, one on the other side, and one on the rear just like that. So we can see all the way around us. Alright, so I wanted it to look weirder, and by that, I actually kind of mean doing this, which is possibly a little bit strange, but we'll see. So, delete that guy right there and extend this backwards to maybe here. There we go. Shove that down from there to here, and I might seal that bit up, which is crazy, but maybe? Is that weird? That is a bit weird. But I like the idea of, like, having just a bit of a strange deck, I guess. Yeah. What we could do with this, if I wanted to... Oh, I have an idea, actually. Cut this, move it backwards to there real quick. Paste that in, merge it together. What about solar panels? Alright, so if I had solar cells, like these ones, they'd have to go right at the edge, I think. But let's say we put them here. 1... How many can I have? 2 and then 3? Is that it? Oh, I wouldn't be able to fit the third one. Alright, hang on. Hang on. So from there to here. Bam, 1. From there to there, 2. And from there to here, 3. Okay. I don't think these are actually very good in terms of actually producing electricity. But we're just going to go ahead and do it anyway. There you go. I don't think I need a charger because they're not actually, like, they don't store electricity, they just produce it. So, I think that's fine. They're also quite heavy, I do believe. So, let's have a little look. They weigh 40. How much does a mass block weigh? No. A weight block, sorry. 10. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. So let's go ahead and have a little look. Yeah, now it looks even weirder, and I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. Alright, well anyway, let's go ahead and get a bunch of equipment on here, because that's the next thing we need. So, we can actually just chuck loads of it in here, and it should be fine. So, let's go ahead and do... In fact, I could delete most of this wall. 1, 2. Alright, there you go, 2 of those. Let's go with a few of these as well, probably 2 of these. 1, 2. Underwater welders. Here we go. 1, 2. And then first aid kits. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that's fine. Maybe. Alright, so pretty bare bones at the minute then, but that's fine. So we got spotlights right there, which, yep, quite bright, so that's fine. We got nav lights, which are on the top, and we have deck lights, which are obviously on the deck. Let's go. Oh yeah, I need to limit the throttle on this. Hang on, let's do that first. I am actually going to clamp it, which may or may not be a good idea, but we'll see. So clamp is going to go back here somewhere. There you go. I'm going to connect the clamp to this and this, and we'll connect this up to here. I could probably get away with just using one of these, to be honest. And I think what I'm doing is actually not very good, but we'll see. So, minus... I need it to be -1. No, minus 0.3, sorry, 0.3. And then positive 0.3 as well. There we go. Alright, that should be good. Alright, we are cruising now. Oh yeah. We are listing quite a bit. I think I've added a little bit too much weight to the top. And I've pretty much added no weight to the bottom except batteries. So I can actually stabilize this if I wanted to. I could also actually put a stabilizer on it. Yeah, no, that would work as well. Anyway, we just gotta do this one mission. So let's head out here. There could be a tsunami or a rogue wave coming. That's fine. And I can't really see where I'm going, so that's an issue. But hopefully we can make it all the way out there and all the way back with no problems. Oh, I don't have any interior lights. I should have added seats inside as well. That's the other thing I was thinking about. Well, we've used like 8% battery so far, and we've made it to the tugboat. I don't think I need to move it around. No, I don't. I don't need to move it around, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and fix it, I think. Yeah. Alright, let's cruise over here. And we'll see what they want from us. Yeah, you're waving. I get it. I get it. Alright. We are almost there. We're almost there. Right, okay. Welder, you need your boat fixing, I see. So we will be fixing it. I fell off. Of course I did. And my boat is just continuing. Alright, whatever. What do you need fixing? Probably the helm, right? It normally is. It's not. Is it downstairs? I need to be quick, because my boat is actually going away. It's not even down here. What do they not want? The right rudder? Oh, of course. I've got the wrong thing. Where's my boat gone? I need the other welder. Come back. Come back, please. I didn't add any way to get onto my boat. That is, yeah, problematic. All right, there we go. Good. Shove that in there. We need one of these. Reverse. Yeah. Okay. This thing is either like fully on or like not. That's ridiculous. Right, there you go. I should have probably added other things, shouldn't I? Like, diving equipment. That would have been pretty good. That would have been really good, actually. Alright, we fixed the propeller. We fixed the rudder. We get 2 grand. Good. My boat started going forwards again. It actually has. I didn't do anything to do that. Oh, I'm underneath! That would have been bad. That would have been really bad. Alright, we're on again, and I'm gonna head home. Which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. By the way, I want to do a build series. I do. I went away from Stormworks for a little while. I went away from this career mode for a little while. And a lot of people have said an electric career mode kind of sucks. So if you guys don't want to watch it, then I suppose I shouldn't make it. But what I think I'll do is I'll do a build series on something, I I actually really want to build, but I don't have much knowledge on, is the issue. So, like a sail steamship, which is something that I've been asked to do quite a few times. So, Lorenzo, if you are watching this, I think I'll try and build one, but I don't think I'm going to be doing it as a series. Well, as a career mode series, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I want it to look cool. I do. But the thing is, I think I'm going to have to build it all in one day, otherwise my brain, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, my brain can't handle taking a break from something and going back to it. I have to start new things constantly, and yeah, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem when you're trying to make a series on YouTube, but there you go. Well, there you go. So, I don't know how much electricity these things were making. In fact, can you even see? Oh, now there's a tsunami. It just says solar cell 1. I don't really know what that means. But yeah, this is the boat that was supposed to be a tanker, but I don't know. I don't know. So, I think what I'm going to do is stop this series for now. Maybe come back to it once I have a few... Where was that? I just heard like... Once I have a few more ideas on what we can do. But for now, I think I'm going to stop and I'm going to start a build series on something really awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Sorry this was actually pretty bad. It was. But I had to get it out there for you guys. And yeah, we'll see what we can do in the future. I want to be better. I do. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.